this time I won't even hear you.
That's cute.
The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. 'Cause your friends are my friends and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. Oh, the more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. There's Orion, Oceanus, and Sylvie and Lou, and the more we get together, the happier we'll be. That's cute.
Oceanus's grandparents. Brenda is at Hope this morning hosting a memorial, and Papa had pickleball. So, priorities. Anyway, this is when they were visiting us in Napa Valley, and I think this was our 4th winery, so you can see the joy right here. And then this is Grandma and Grandpa Eckert, Noah's parents, Mary and Phil. And this is a few years ago, before chemotherapy, before lots of things, where they could still visit. And so this was Christmas morning. He has a big silver bow on top of his head. The small moments he shows a bit of sense of humor. So this gives us joy. So there you go.
I get a prize for the oldest picture.
We're still determining what that prize will be.
Yes.
And if it will be a live prize or...
Oh, no. This is my great-grandfather, great-great-grandfather, after whom I was named. His name was Jerry Glenn Bell, Jr., and I'm Jerry Glenn Brewster, and I don't have the JR. But he gave a wide wedding band to his bride when they got married. And on the inside of that, in very beautiful script, was J.G.B. Jr. I got the ring when we got engaged and got married. We took the ring to the jeweler and said, look in here where the J.G.B. Jr. is. Don't cut it. You know what happened? They cut right through that part of the ring. So we got J something G Jr. This is my grandmother. This is a member of the family. We're not sure how you want to label him, a great uncle or whatever. And this is one of my cousins. It's not my picture. The picture was made in 1912. That's why I said I'd get the prize for the oldest picture.
Yay!
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name's Katie, if we haven't met yet. Nice to meet you. This morning I remembered to bring a picture, so I was like in the hallway looking through my photo albums. I had a grandfather in Vietnam. All my pictures of him are on my computer. I've been able to meet him a couple times. He was an amazing man. He passed away 2 years ago, but super cool guy. Maybe I can tell you about him another time. This is my mom's mom. Her name was Doris Woodruff, and she was a woman who lived very lightly on the land, was very spiritual and amazingly strong woman. She and my grandfather were divorced when my mom was 8. Here is a picture of my mom's father with all of his grandchildren. He was married 3 times, and the last time he got married was to this amazing firecracker of a woman. Her name is Phyllis Minton. She's my only surviving grandparent. She was a flight attendant with American Airlines for her whole career. Just retired, I want to say 10 years ago, is a master gardener, very progressive, and lives in a very difficult county of Texas, but is like very outspoken for rights for everyone and healthcare for everyone, so she's an amazing woman. She never had children, but when she married my grandfather, she inherited 4 stepchildren, and she became a beloved stepmother to my mother and my uncles, and as a result, ended up with all these grandchildren and more. So she's an amazing person in my life, gives me great gardening advice, and I love her. So thank you.
Yeah, I know. Oh yeah, because you don't usually work out with them.
Okay, I'm curious, how many of you know rasped coffee?
I I do.
So you wrote
I
Rafi.
do, Clyde.
Some of you may know that he was born in Egypt of Armenian parents. So he was an immigrant to Egypt, or the parents were. He was born there, and then he moved to the United States and just learned to love guitar and folk music. And so he started playing at coffee houses and things, and then he got together with some other musicians who taught him to finger pick and all those kind of things. And he just wasn't, it never was really exactly right for him, and it wasn't really good at a lot of things. And so one time a school called and said, will you come and sing for our kids? And so he said, oh sure. And so he came and sang for those kids, and all of a sudden said, oh, this is what I am going to do for the rest of my life. This is so good. And so he started writing songs for children. And what's very interesting about Rafi is he got so popular, they invited him to sing at Madison Square Garden. And he said, no, my music is about having an intimate relationship with kids. And in Madison Square Garden, I could not do that. This is communication, it's not a show. So if you know, so here's a song, and he often has people sing along with him. You hear him on the record. So some of you may know this, but you've got your words. But if you don't know the rest of it, you should at least know. Did I come and you want to go home? You should know at least that much. But you are welcome to sing anything that you want. So. Day-oh, day-oh, daylight come and you want to go home. Day-oh, day-oh, daylight come and you want to go home. Work all night till the morning come. Daylight come and you want to go home. Stack banana till the morning come. Daylight come and you want to go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and you want to go home. You say, come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and you want to go home. You live 6 and 7 and 8 and bunch. Daylight come and you want to go home. You say 6 and 7 and 8 and bunch. Daylight come and you want to go home. Day-oh, day-oh, daylight come and you want to go home. Day-oh, day-oh, daylight come and you want to go home. Beautiful bunch of ripe banana. Daylight come and you want to go home. It's a beautiful bunch of ripe banana. Daylight come and you want to go home. 6 and 7 and 8 and bunch. Daylight come and you want to go home. You say 6 and 7 and 8 and bunch. Daylight come and you want to go home. Day-oh, say day-oh, daylight come and you want to go home. Day-oh, day-oh, daylight come and you want to go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman,